What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to service my Yamaha 175. Yamaha recommends that you service it after the first 20 hours. Then after that you service it every 100 hours. I fish 2 tournaments a month, probably putting them anywhere between 5 to 10 hours a tournament. That adds up pretty quick. I haven't serviced it all year, so I think it's about time for it to be serviced. So we're going to get in the nit and gritty with this bad boy of a motor, and we're going to service it today. So if y'all like this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys, so here it is. We are going to be changing out the gear lube and the engine oil. Got a filter. Yamaha has this oil changing kit, Yamalube. So you know, all you gotta really do is find your engine size. This one is 150 through 200. You know, and if you have any questions or any doubts, you know, you can always find it right there for whatever size motor, which one you need. You know, mine's a 175, so we're gonna go to the 175. 4.8 US quarts, so they put 5 in there. Yeah, and then some drain gasket and oil filter parts. That's what's on the very end. So pretty cool idea from Yamaha. You know, they got everything you need and an oil filter. So, and what's really cool is that if you don't have a funnel, you know, they put this little paper funnel here that you can make. Okay, guys, so those that you don't know, I untook the cowling off. The oil plug is in a secret location. It's a little sneaky right here. You don't have to take this off. You don't have to do that like you do this 250s or anything bigger. But the oil plug is actually up in there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but there it is. So we're gonna get a pan down here and get this oil. All right. Well, you should probably use like a little hose to kind of funnel it in, but I don't have one of those, so hopefully we don't get it all over ourselves. I'll get a towel and clean that up. But that's about what happens when you don't have a little tube of what sorts. Alright, now that we made a mess, let's get this all cleaned up. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is take off this oil filter here. It should be hand tight, but we might need to help persuade it a little bit with the oil filter wrench or something. But we're going to take this off now and go ahead and change it out with a brand new one. Alright, guys, so we got the oil filter off. Let's go ahead or unloosen. Let's go ahead and take it off. Alright, it's okay if that oil gets down in there. It's fine. I think she was a little dry. Don't let yours get that way. So we're going to dispose of it properly. We're going to use this new one right here. Alright. They give us a little washer if we need it. We don't need it. Take this little plastic piece off. If I can get to it. There it comes. Alright, so now you're thinking, alright, cool, just go ahead and put it on. No, do not do that. You need, see this little seal right here, this little rubber gasket, if it'll focus. You need to lubricate that a little bit. No, you don't need to spit on it, but we're going to put some oil on this so that way it lubricates, so that way that seal is nice and tight and we get a good tight seal. Yeah. So, oh, another thing too, you don't want to ratchet this ugga-dugga it down. You just want to hand tighten it like I said earlier. Maybe give it just a little snug with an oil filter wrench at the end. So, all right, let's get this thing on here. All right, guys, y'all can see that I oiled it up a little bit, just put a little oil around there, and now we're gonna put it on. It was in pretty simple like that. Oh, don't pinch your finger like I just did. Wipe my hands down real quick. All right, that is really good. Hand tightened down. All right, I'm gonna take a oil filter wrench to snug it up just a little bit the rest of the way. All right, so now let's fill this bad boy up with oil. There's a little cap right there on top. Got a little oil sign too. Makes it pretty dumb proof. Gosh, dang, they got that thing on there pretty good. Oh yeah. Comes off like that. We're gonna set it up over here. Don't go nowhere. And we are going to use this little nifty difty handmade funnel right here. Looky there. Looky there. Like I said, if you don't have a funnel like I don't, they put one in there free. And it just goes in there like that. Cool beans. All right, let's get some oil in there. All right, this is gonna be really hard to try to get that one in here one-handed without making a mess. So in goes the first quart. Oh yeah, perfect. And it's sitting pretty tight. Look at it. Here she goes. All right, guys, so we're on the last quart. It says 4.8 quarts, so you don't want to put all of this in here. You know, these jugs, they got, you know, how many ounces are here on the left side and milliliters on the left hand side. There's 32 ounces in a quart, so times that 0.8. Anybody want to do the math? Okay, yeah, y'all can't talk back. It's gonna be about 28 ounces. So in between 28 and 24, so about 26 ounces. So with that, try to make sure you have about 6 ounces left, so a little bit above the 4 line, in between the 8 and the 4. That'll be 6. All right, let's get it in there. All right, guys, you can see we got it about halfway. So boom, we got all the oil in there. Now let's put it back together. Well, cap off and let's change out the gear lube. It's always good to check the oil after you put new oil in it. So let's go ahead and wipe it down, take it back in there and check it. Oh yeah, and y'all can see right there in between the 2 dots, right there in the middle, there it is. We got it. Alright, guys, so now we're about to change out the gear oil and the foot. Always go ahead and best raise this sucker up. That way I can get the bucket underneath of it. And to change this out, you're gonna take this screw out. And if y'all can see that screw right there, that's the one you want to take out. That's what we're gonna drain this oil out, or this gear lube out with. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so I took out the bottom screw first, and y'all are wondering, well, why it ain't draining? Because in here, in the foot, it holds pressure. Okay, you can kind of see it's dripping out, but when I take that screw out, it's gonna all come out. But I also wanted to talk about this for a second. This was on the bottom screw. You know, we can see a little metal shavings there, and honestly, that's okay, because it's almost feels like paper. Well, it's like very fine particles. You can see it really good right there if the camera will focus. That's okay, because if you see in chunks of metal, you don't want that. You got serious issues. But if you see these fine particles right here, that's okay. That's normal wear and tear on your foot, and it's okay to see that. Like I said, when you start seeing big chunks and particles, yeah, you got a bigger problem. So let me take out that screw, and y'all can see this will start slowly coming out a whole bunch. we're going to relieve this pressure and it's all going to come out. Yep, see it, there it comes. See, we relieved the pressure. Yep. And that's good. We relieved the pressure, now it's going to leak. Alright, we'll wait on this and then we'll put some more gear lube in it. Alright guys, so in order to put the gear lube back in, you're definitely going to need one of these. I know it says Mercury, but you see this little adapter plate right here? That's going to screw in. We're going to put this in the bottle and zip zap zoom. We'll start pumping it in. Let's get to it. Alright guys, we got it hooked up. So next thing we want to do is go ahead and put this little plug in, and that will create the seal. Actually, well, I'm gonna start pumping, and there it goes. Oh yeah. So it's gonna take 33.8 ounces of this, and like I said, this is 32 ounces, so it's gonna take a little bit more than 1 quart. We'll get this one all in and we'll move on to the next one. Okay guys, here's a little tip for you. Yamaha recommends changing these little seals out that y'all can see here, right there. They go into there, and where that plugs at, these are the old ones. You know, they're like $2. You know, there looks like there's nothing wrong with them, but it doesn't hurt to go ahead and replace the seal. So go ahead and change out that seal. And now that we got all the gear lube in here, we should be able to pull this out and hardly any of it drain out because we got this compression in here. Okay, so let's see if we can't do that. And that's what it should do. Just that little bit comes out. Now you can pop this back in there, because it all ain't draining out because it's got compression, and that's what you want. If I can get this thing back in here with my oily fingers. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it for changing out the gear lube and changing the oil on a Yamaha VMAX Show. Mine is actually a 2019 version, so if you're watching this, be sure to hit that like button. I'm gonna put the cowling back on, and yeah, we got a tournament this weekend, so I would say that my motor needed it. So she's all well greased up, maintenanced up now, so we should be good to go. Thank y'all for watching.